Hello Rebel and welcome back to my life. I've been seeing a lot of people struggling to manage a career. Why is it so hard? What is making it so difficult to find stability in our jobs? It's definitely not that people are lazy. Everyone I've seen working at it is working twice as hard as previous generations have had to work and yet somehow achieving a lesser result. Careers used to be this much easier thing. You went to your job for 40 hours a week and you did what you were supposed to do and you retired with a pension. Maybe that wasn't sustainable and it died out because the economy wasn't capable of keeping that level of worker stability for very long. But considering the widely growing gap in income inequality and the business practices that we see today, I think that it actually comes from a desire in all levels of society to get more. Advertising and whatnot makes us think that we need to own more stuff in order to be happy, but we also can't pretend that everyone at all levels of society is equally capable of actually getting more. If you are poor or working class or even middle class, you are not as capable of getting more for yourself as a billionaire is. When everyone is playing the same game by the same rules, the people who start off 1 foot from the finish line are going to beat the people who start at the starting line every single time. And then the problem gets bigger when those people change the rules of the game to give themselves even more advantages. When you're already at the top of the pile, the only way you can get more is to take it from the people who are beneath you, and so we get more part-time workers, less retirement benefits, and less employer-provided healthcare. And then the hyper-wealthy reduce taxes on themselves so that there's less unemployment benefits and less societal effort to help people who are in trouble. Whether you think those things should be government mandated or not, their removal from societal norms has made more things worse for more people. We have to stop telling people to pull themselves up by their bootstraps even as we make it impossible for them to get boots in the first place. When someone is literally struggling to survive, it is impossible for them to think in terms of the future and to build something that is going to get them out of trouble and keep them out of trouble. I have some personal experience with this. My entire career would not have been possible, except after I was let go from my last job, I went on unemployment for about a year. That help gave me the breathing room to keep writing and building my company so that next year I might pay as much in taxes as I received during the entire time I was on unemployment. So that sounds like an example of the system working, except it doesn't work that way for so many people because employers refuse to employ them in the first place. Because they're seen as someone who will suck a paycheck out of the company rather than contribute something of value to the company. I used to work for a non-profit organization that would hire anyone, absolutely anyone. Your job was secure as long as you did it and didn't embezzle funds from the bank account or something. It was considered the role of the executives to find work for the employees that would contribute to the overall value of the organization. That was an executive's entire job, and if they didn't do it, they were replaced. And that organization did and continues to do great. I feel like that used to be fairly normal. I feel like CEOs and executive boards used to be interested in building a bigger company for a purpose and not just to pad their own wallets. And I feel like somewhere along the way they started seeing employees as an expense rather than the entire reason for the company's existence and the cause of the company's success. And I think that's wrong and gross. And I think that as legacy continues to grow, the most important thing I can do is make sure that that never ever happens to us. I don't think it's okay for me to hire somebody to do something once and then sell 1 million copies of that thing and never share the results of that success with the person who actually did the work in the first place. I want to do everything, all of it, better than it's ever been done before. I want all of us to do it better than it's ever been done before. I want that to become the new normal. I want us to create a new normal that helps people and doesn't try to squeeze people for every dollar in their bank account and every minute of their lives. I want to take every person that I can get my hands on and make their work not a struggle anymore. That's all I want to do. That and meet Peter Jackson. Mr. Jackson, seriously, 6 years later, nothing has changed. Call me, we can do lunch. Thank you for watching, Rebel. I will see you Monday. Bye!